Good morning. Good morning, Facebook. Thank you for joining me on my daily broadcast, the Daily Pulse. Today I got kicked off of my live stream because I didn't come on in a timely manner. And that is how my day is feeling. Good morning, Angela. Oh my gosh, you guys, sometimes when you're just maybe you're in a little like maybe you're feeling the low side of the three, and the low side of the three would be like a little bit of overwhelm, maybe a little bit of anxiety. I don't have anxiety in any way, but I am feeling a little overwhelmed today. And you know how when you kind of like maybe like one thing happens that doesn't go perfectly well, and then like it's like then it kind of like snowballs on you. Maybe that's the kind of day that I'm having. I still feel cheerful and well, and it's fine, but I'm like just noticing that I'm sort of in a pattern of a little bit of like a little bit of chaos. And that's okay. And it's okay. So the three energy really asks us to get into gratitude. And so I'm going to do that. So yeah, a domino day, Angela, that's so good. So I'm going to like stop that pattern right in its tracks and just like start over. So in my household, it is absolutely totally okay to start again, right? And sometimes things don't go exactly as planned, and that is totally all right. I got up really early and I went for a walk with my best friend, and we had a great morning. And I left. The dog would not come with me like for like forever. She wouldn't leave the dog park. And then I dropped my leash, and I like didn't realize I left it at the dog park because I just sort of dragged her into the car. And then I got home and I had to go all the way back to the dog park, which took me like, 35 minutes of extra drive time, meaning I spent over an hour already driving this morning. You guys, I work from home. I never ever drive my car for an hour anywhere. I live in Iowa City. So anyway, when I was thinking about the three, and I'm not feeling bad about it, but it's just like a funny like chain of events that's been occurring, including getting kicked off of my like planned live. So and my computer restarting. So let's just start over. Let's start again. I love it. When I really was leaning into the three this morning, I was really thinking about how much I love the three. It's my universal day number. So it's my personal day number. It's a universal day number 3 today. And I really resonate with the three. I'm a great receiver, but I've been conditioned, as we all have been, to be, as women particularly, to be great givers. And so the three just reminds me to allow myself to be open to receive, right? Allowing yourself to be open and remembering that it's your natural birthright to be a receiver. That's why you're here. And I love even like thinking about the word receiver, and the word receiver makes me think tune in, right? And we all talk about tuning into the specific frequency that you want to be a part of in order to raise your vibration, right? So if you're tuning in and you're tuning in to be the receiver that you're meant to be, how can you tune in to the frequency of source energy? How can you tune into the frequency of Reiki? How can you tune into the frequency of abundance or wealth or prosperity? They're all these really fine-tuned things, right? So when we tune into the frequency of being a receiver, what are we tuning into? We're tuning into source energy, is how I feel, right? Hi, Jackie. I'm so glad you're here today. It's divine, right? Divine timing. So love all of this, just recognizing that we all are really good givers. If you are here right now, most likely you are a woman, and most likely you are overgiving. If you have a program online, or you work with clients, or whatever it looks like, you're a mom, or you're part of some sort of experience, that you are generally overgiving is my guess. And I have always known that I'm an overgiver. And I even like sometimes I wonder, am I giving enough? And then I have to come back to yes, I am giving enough. I'm always giving enough. And there has to be an equal. There has to be equal giving and receiving, right? So the 3 just really reminds us to be the empress. The empress gets whatever she wants. She is the empress. She's like, I want this, and then she gets it. So be the empress today. And I am going to totally be in the empress mode today. The other thing that I was thinking about this morning was one of a member of a group that I'm in posted, what would you tell yourself 5 years ago? What would you tell yourself 5 years ago about what was, about what it's going to look like in 5 years? And I love this because, first of all, there's a quote by the Indigo Girls. And if you love the Indigo Girls, let me know, because I love, love, love the Indigo Girls. And they teach me many, many life lessons, right? I mean, like, I started listening to them when I was about 16 years old. They taught me how to love my body. They taught me how to not take life so seriously, which I am really good at taking life really seriously. And so what I love is that there's this song, and it's Watershed, and there's a line in it that says, every 5 years or so, I look back on my life and I have a good laugh. Isn't that so good? Every 5 years or so, I look back on my life and I have a good laugh. And I love Facebook Memories because it shows us what was happening 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, I was at a doTERRA convention, and I was really starting my personal growth journey. And it makes me feel really excited because where I was 5 years ago and like right now are like night and day. First of all, I am a totally confident, like, happy, well-adjusted human being. I was well-adjusted back then, but I was not confident by any stretch of the imagination. There was no way that I would get on live video. There was no way I was going to get on a stage or talk or like speak my truth. There was never any way that I was going to do any of those things because I didn't feel confident, right? So what would I tell myself 5 years ago? To lighten up. Oh my God, lighten up, Jen. Everything is going to be okay. That's what I would tell myself 5 years ago. If I could go back and talk to her and tell her that everything was going to be okay, I would just freaking love that. Like, it's okay. I can't go back, and I'm like really okay with that. But I love thinking about myself where I was 5 years ago. It was like just this, like a portal opening, like to what is possible. And now I can see so clearly what was possible. And so lighten up. Everything doesn't have to be so horribly serious. And I just feel like if we could all, tell our younger self that everything is going to be okay, and actually tell yourself right now. Whitney did a beautiful video the other day talking about sobriety. She's on 65 days, I bet now, or 66 days now of sobriety. And she was talking about how when she first went through her self-love journey, she was just like, look in the mirror and tell yourself that everything's going to be okay. And I love mirror work for this. I love that was like a big part of the beginning of my work. And I still do mirror work, but it just has shifted and changed, right? But when I look in the mirror, I talk to myself all of the time. When I am stressed, or if I'm like having a moment when I was little, when Wyatt was little particularly, I would say, Jen, everything is going to be okay. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are going to be okay, because you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Do you believe, this always goes back to, do you believe you live in a hostile or a friendly universe, right? So do you believe that life is working out for you, or do you believe that life is all going down into the shithole? I mean, like, it's really kind of one or the other. So remind yourself, tell yourself, talk to yourself about how beautiful you are and how wonderful you are, and let yourself know that it's going to be okay. It is okay to soothe yourself. Absolutely. Yes, talking to yourself can be so comforting. Yes. Oh my God, Kyla, I love you. You do the cool running speech in the mirror. Yes, that is so good. It's so true. Yes. And going back to the Indigo Girls in my life long ago, if there are any Iowa people on here, at Camp Wapsie, my friend Bonnie Flaherty taught me to stand in front of the mirror when I was about 15 or 16 years old and to tell myself how much I loved myself. How lucky am I that I had a role model like that who was able to look at me and tell me, as like a 16-year-old, I thought I was too round and curvy and soft and like a pillow. And, and she would just make me stand in front of the mirror and tell me how much I loved myself. And I love that. So let's all just like love ourselves a little bit more today. How can you love yourself just a little bit more today than you did yesterday? And love yourself just a little bit more tomorrow than you did today? What could happen? Where will you be in 5 years if you love yourself a little bit more every day? It is such a powerful thought just to have that thought. And then yesterday, if you guys were on the conversation yesterday with the Conscious Conversations, we were talking about how much how to befriend your body. How can you befriend you? And how can you befriend not just your soul, but your body? Because your body, your physical body, is here for you, and your body wants you to love it. Your body wants you to recognize how hard it is working for you. What if you, instead of chastising your body, you woke up every day and you asked your body, how are you today? Are you ready to come along on this journey with me? How are you, feet? How are you, legs? Thank you for holding me up every day. Yes, my body is my ally. Absolutely. And I am not a body positivity coach. It's not really like my role. But I definitely like work with the body, and it's such an important aspect of everything that we're doing. Everything that we're doing is in this physical vessel. And so we want to be loving our body. How can you befriend your body more and more and more each day? That is part of the self-love journey, is loving the vessel that you're in. I'm just raving now and ranting. So I love you all so much. Thank you for being with me. I will see you all tomorrow around the same time, hopefully closer to the 10:30 mark, but whatever, it is what it is. And this is a little dude who is now totally an online learner, and he is rocking it, you guys. He is loving online learning. It is so great. Christina, tell me what you never thought of. Wow, never thought that. What's that? You want what? You want a pear. Yeah, you guys, we have the most amazing pear tree in our yard, and it is producing it has probably like 700 pears on it. And we just ate our first pear off of it, and it was so good. Oh, I love you all too. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, loves. Well, I will talk to you soon. I'll come back and look at the comments, and thanks for being here. Thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited about it, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye.